this week's show, X finds a way to be even more annoying. A meme for morons makes the rounds. Joel upon the fifth throne can't grasp clues upon the context. We all know where the Mellon heads lodged their heads, and I blow the biggest opportunity in Dungeon Tube history. That's right, everybody. This is Driving and Dragons. I'm your host, Daniel, and I have, not for the first time, used intelligence as a dump stat. Lucky for me, the mental midgets over at Amazon released all the hype content for the newest season of Rings of Power, so we get some Tolkien-related blasphemy as well as some general internet stupidity to help make my grievous error not look so bad. I am over the 930 subscriber mark, so we are inching ever closer to two very important milestones. The first is 950. Why 950? Because at 950, I will take note of all my patrons and channel members. And at the second milestone, 1,000 members, or 1,000 subscriptions, I should say, I will compare those two lists, and anyone who was a member or a patron on both days will get something special. You see, at 1,000 subs, 10 public subscribers will receive a custom resin mini of either the 280ZX channel car or the Dodge Dart that is to be my first giveaway project. But members and patrons, well, everyone who appears on that list, both at 950 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers, will automatically get one as well. I think it's a cool way to commemorate the 1,000 sub mark, and maybe we will have a Paint the Mini contest. So like, share, and hype the video, subscribe to the channel to get your chance to win, and drop a comment to share your thoughts on the video. The link to my Patreon is in the description, and we all know where the YouTube membership button is. So on with the show. We open with X itself. That platform lends itself to some of the single most irritating things the internet has to offer. Honestly, it is only narrowly surpassed by Twitch and TikTok, and then only because those platforms lack any redeeming qualities at all. So what could be more annoying than rage-baiting third-world bots engagement farming accounts that offer no real substance but spread like wildfire because every post comes with some pathetic gooner-baiting cartoon cheesecake picture that features comically oversized breasts, and a steady stream of political and economic illiteracy and performative victimhood? Well, I'll tell you what. This new trend of posting partial pictures that appear whole when you select all to copy-paste them. You know the ones I'm talking about. Press and hold to see the whole thing. They're everywhere. They flood all feeds. They come in their millions, yet not a single thing of merit has added to anything in any way by their obnoxious existence. It's bad enough that X allows straight-up porn, and the algorithm rewards the cartoon gooner bait, but this makes it 1,000 times worse. Next up is a meme that was shared by a frequent flyer here on Intelligence as a Dump Stat, Nerdcognito. They didn't make the meme, they just shared it, but that doesn't make this particular flavor of stupidity any better. Seriously, look at this nonsense. Don't work to improve yourself or exercise or have a better life, just play D&D. Never mind that one of the single most moronic and frankly dangerous trends in the hobby today is exactly this. A bunch of socially incompetent imbeciles shut in their cozy echo chambers using D&D as a stand-in for the therapy that they desperately need. Exactly how is anyone supposed to be taken seriously when they post, "My table is not your therapy," and "Those who can't handle the real world shouldn't be playing in a fantasy one," and then follow it up with this shit? That's right, chain smoke until your lungs rot out and chug Mountain Dew until Wilford Brimley rises from the dead to slap the chicken nuggets out of your hand for not checking your blood sugar often enough so long as you do it at the D&D table, right? Because that's exactly what the world needs. More people escaping from the life that they are systematically destroying by flooding gaming tables across the country. Priorities, folks. You need to establish healthy habits. And while social gaming with friends is great, it has to supplement, not supplant, good general habits. Healthy habits, like taking care of yourself, sharpening your mind. perhaps by reading great books like Corvid Codex Volume 1. That's right, with 7 amazing short stories in all of your favorite pulp fiction genres, you can read a different story every day of the week with Corvid Codex. Heck, if you like to take your time, you can probably get a whole month's reading out of the 168 pages filled with awesome adventures and stunning bespoke artwork from Patio Cakes and Rob Necronomicon. So click the link and get reading, because gaming shouldn't be the only way that you can let go of the real world for a few hours. And while you're at it, how about helping others get healthy too? Like helping expecting mothers to see their babies with ultrasounds provided by Preborn. You can grab some great Gobsmack tees or White Dwarf summer muscle shirts that will help you look sharp at the gym while providing much needed funding to an organization that helps ensure babies are delivered healthy. Here's the link. Get yours before White Dwarf summer comes to a close. The meat and potatoes of today's show revolve around 2 completely idiotic pieces of imagery surrounding the abomination that is Rings of Failure. It should come as no surprise that as an actual avid fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's magnum opus, I see the Rings of Power as a scheme Jeff Bezos cooked up to provide infinite power to his data centers. You hook a turbine up to, you just take that turbine, wire it up to Christopher and John Tolkien's caskets, then release Rings of Retard, and voila, they spin so fast in their graves that you basically propel the entire world to a K1 civilization. The first of these is the absolutely idiotic claims out there that Balrogs can't speak. What's worse is I see most of this mental mush from people that I somewhat respect. Folks like Joel upon the Fifth Throne. Typically, he has pretty decent thoughts to add to the conversation. But when he comes out with stupid crap like, we have clear evidence that of their leadership, they scream, then attack. There's no evidence they can talk. If there is, provide it. Yet another completely idiotic, I can't actually defend my point, so I'll just yell source argument. This is especially evident in the fact that he isn't even correct about the whole scream and attack thing. You see, according to Tolkien himself, Durin's Bane made no sounds at all in his encounter with Gandalf. This is in one of his letters, a response to a movie script where the Balrog laughed, taunted, and sneered. So, no, we don't actually have evidence of Durin's Bane screaming, but I digress. The context clues are all over the Silmarillion, with Gothmog ordering Hurin to be taken alive. I guess he just grunted and used sign language to get the trolls and orcs to not kill an enemy, right? Also, they are Mire spirits, all of which sang in the music of Einar. Are they the only Einar incapable of speech? Really? They're the only ones? Hell, there's an argument to be made that this complete lack of logic would make Balrogs the only intelligent life in Tolkien's legendarium that can't speak. This is so stupid, you'd think that it can't get worse. But it does. Because most of the people posting this stupidity have decided that it's some kind of hill to die on. Look, Rings of Failure has enough wrong with it that you don't need to manufacture outrage that isn't warranted. After all, you've got folks like the Mellon Heads podcasts. When the folks at this so-called LOTR podcast aren't getting most of their quote-unquote lore wrong, they're on both knees servicing the Dark Lord, by which I mean Amazon. Amongst their mountain of The Hobbit movies were great level takes this week was a picture of Sauron's throne from the upcoming filmed abortion Prime calls Lord of the Rings show. This thing is awful. Set aside that it is a direct ripoff of Game of Thrones, a series Tolkien would have absolutely detested. Look at this thing. Did Sauron's mom tell him that we have thrones at home? Why are there elf helmets all over it? Let's not pretend that this abomination has anything to do with a single word that Tolkien ever wrote, but as far as I'm aware, Sauron hasn't even crafted the One Ring yet in this show. At this point, he should still be pretending to be an ally of the elves. It isn't until after he forges the One that they realize that they've been betrayed and he marches on Region and proclaims himself openly. But lore mutilation aside, to see Tolkien's work portrayed with props that the cast of Xena, Warrior Princess, and young Hercules would be embarrassed to be filmed in is just vomit-inducing. But the lowest intelligence faux pas of the week belongs to just one man. Just one person missed the mark so badly that he deserves to close out this week's show. And that colossal dumbass is, of course, me. Last week I featured the fourth key to effective TTRPG design. Design, then refine. As always, I was joined the next day on my Driving the Conversation stream by none other than Professor DM of Dungeon Craft. See, I always like to have a game designer of some level of success come on to talk about these tips, just to add a little bit of nuance to them. And we talked whiskey, we talked about his incredibly successful backer kit launch, we talked about game design, and of course we talked about cars. Turns out, Dan got himself a new MX-5 hardtop roadster, which is a fantastic little sports car that's an absolute joy to drive. But in 2 hours of conversation, I managed to plant my head so firmly up my own ass that I completely forgot to ask the single most important question that I could have. The one thing that we all wanted to know. I failed, guys. I may as well hang it up and pour all my BC headache powder straight down the toilet because I don't deserve it anymore. I completely forgot to ask, what does Deathbringer drive? How can I be such a complete moron? I had one job, and I blew it. So leave your guess to what Deathbringer drives in the comments, because thanks to me, the world may never know. And I'll see you guys next time.